What is up, you lovely people? Star Child in the building, holding down hosting duties today. Got my lovely panel with me today. So, got J Cloud. How you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. We got Mr. Southside, the one and only. How you doing?
Fuck you, stars, for raising your price to $10.99. That shit is not worth it. You only have one show, and that's Raising Canaan. There's no reason why stars should be $10.99 at all.
I was like, wait, what did I
Lower
do?
the
Star.
fucking price. I'm sick of these damn streaming services.
Good old capitalism. What up, Cassius Cam in the building? Rare appearance.
What's good with you? I'm just
It's
dealing with some
good, it's
internet
good.
shit. Hopefully I can limp through this episode. I don't know what's going on with it. I am out here in the boonies though, but I've never had issues before.
Mm.
So, what's good, people?
You look better now. You look better. So
Oh, thank you.
we got yep, we made it to episode 28. Shit, I can't believe we're in episode 28 right now. All right. So without further ado, let's get it started with the first topic. So okay, so Diddy, you already know we had to share some Diddy shit. So Diddy's lawyer says he doesn't understand why you need more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil because one bottle goes a long way. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
They call them freak-offs. But, back when I was a kid in the late 70s, they were called threesomes.
If these are genuinely threesomes, how do you explain 1,000 bottles of baby oil?
I don't know where the number 1,000 came.
The U.S. attorney said it.
I can't imagine it's thousands. I mean, and I'm not really sure what the baby oil has to do with anything.
They're essentially saying it's a lubricant for an orgy.
I guess. I don't know what you need 1,000. One bottle of baby oil goes a long way. I don't know what you need 1,000 for. I mean, he has a big house. He buys in bulk. I think they have Costco's in every place where he has a home. I mean, have you sat in the parking lot of a Costco and see what people walk out of there with?
Not 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was. Let's just say it's a lot. Okay.
Do you guys want this guy representing you?
No, but it's like people. Do people even like acknowledge the charges when they say shit like that? You're not gonna use one bottle of baby oil when it's a fucking enterprise. Like,
yeah.
But it's more than just the trafficking. It's the racketeering.
yeah.
Is so much deeper than just the freak. Like, people are stuck on freak offs because that is what is grabbing everybody's attention. That's what everybody.
Yeah, that's the meme. That's the meme content. The baby oil is the meme content.
Stuck on 1,000. First of all, Costco didn't deserve no stray. Because as someone who's been to Costco, I ain't seen no pallets of baby oil anywhere in the fucking warehouse. They may have it. I ain't seen it. And I don't know about y'all. I ain't seen no fucking car. People watching what people walk out fucking Costco with.
No.
So I don't even. So if that is your defense, you fired, my nigga.
Yeah.
That ass, you're fired because you're not gonna get me caught up in these streets because you have a shitty way of defending somebody. That is his opening defense line. Cook.
Hey, that's the walk of shame right there. Rolling a cart, the big orange carts they got at Costco. That's a walk of shame. Just stuffed with baby oil. Ain't nobody gonna ask any questions about that. That's wild. It was weird to me, like you guys are saying, none of the other charges are coming up. Everyone's focusing on even though it's not funny, the shit that they can make jokes about. But the weapons with scratched off serial numbers blows my mind. When you're moving with that kind of money and like you can't just like make your own shit. I'm not advocating anybody fabricate their own weapons, but I'm saying like that's some backstreet trill shit. Scratching serial numbers off rifles, that's wild to me. That blows my mind.
Moving reckless out here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with the and with the amount of time that he's looking at, with the list of names and the amount of people who have come out and said they've been to a Diddy party, or like they're doing, like Donnell Rollins did an interview today on the Breakfast Club, and he's literally at a Diddy party, sitting in between the man's legs. I don't know what happened. I ain't alleging shit. The man made a joke of it himself. The man said he slipped. What else would you slip on at Diddy's house except some baby oil? Look, all I'm doing is putting together the puzzle, the puzzle with the pieces that are given to me.
You say he was sitting in between his legs, Diddy's legs?
Said, hey, look, that's what they said on the show, man. All I did was catch 45. I called it like a 2-minute clip, and somehow R. Kelly got involved. At that point, I said, it's too much for my virgin ears. Can't do it.
Hey,
Not Larry.
He's not Ashy Larry no more.
Exactly.
Right, he got the baby oil.
Man, look, it's
Oh my god.
it's one of the things where you just gotta understand that, like, this is going to get worse before it gets better. And the worse it gets, the more fucked up it sounds, the more meme material we get. But also, if you're a criminal defense lawyer, I don't see how the fuck you beat this case. This shit looks bad.
Especially not with that excuse.
From every angle, it looks horrible.
Looking crazy.
The feds have like a 98% conviction rate on cases where there's like no evidence, where they can just steamroll people without evidence.
They have evidence.
Consequential evidence. So like physical evidence and all these complaints that are coming in. I mean, I heard that Diddy was like really wanting to testify, which kind of pays homage to he's just trying to kind of like lesser the blow of the bid that he is gonna get, regardless of the situation. You're not beating that case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you're not. And he only is probably going to want to testify so that he could bring other people down with him.
Yeah, lightens the load.
Yeah, because if you essentially facing the rest of your life behind bars, I mean, realistically, who the fuck is gonna want to be the only nigga going down with the ship? You're gonna bring everybody with you. Look, I may have created this criminal empire, but all you niggas had a part in helping me. Mm-hmm. If I'm going down, I ain't going down alone. Somebody else gonna come with my ass. So I feel like that's kind of like where we're at now. It's like everybody coming forward to be victims because don't nobody want to be named as no co-conspirator in this shit.
In the headline that you're about to show, where it says Diddy's being accused of by 120 people. From what I read, the person that's investigating these cases, he's actually received over like 3,000 people that are trying to like come forward. But what that means is that out of those 3,000, he's got 120 that actually have like substantial evidence, like they can actually follow through with these. Because it's a moot point, all the 3,000, but the guy that's actually like following up on this and getting the information behind it, he said he's been contacted by over 3,000 people. And these 120 are the ones that they can actually move on.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
See, and I don't want to be no victim blamer or nothing, but part of me wonders how many of those 3,000 people are just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, a piece of the pie right now, because you see stories everywhere right now. Oh, I remember when Diddy did this, or I was there when Diddy did, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's not victim blaming. Like you can just come out. You can never have met that man in your life, and you can come out and say that he did something to you and get some engagement off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's completely up to, you know, the investigators to filter that shit out. Because realistically, I can only imagine what it's like to have to sift through so many statements, so many testimonies to which ones you're actually going to bring to court. Like 3,000 is insane, and that's 3,000 that came forward, said something. That's not in addition to the people who didn't say shit. Because God knows how many motherfuckers is really out there, and they actually could be victims, and they just haven't spoke up yet.
And the ages fluctuate out of that 120, the youngest being a 9-year-old boy.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, they call that man.
That's the article that dropped on People, and you're going to get a lot of smoke and mirrors with the articles. Everybody can run fucking articles and say they got information from somebody. But out of that 120, the thing that they're really pinpointing is that the youngest was a 9-year-old boy. And like I said, this is all, waited to be proven, but we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. So we got this Houston lawyer representing Tony Busby,
that's his name.
Sharing disturbing stories. Okay, yeah, pretty much what you said, Cam. His lawyer says that the government is coming for him because he's a successful black man. So, trafficking, kidnapping, and racketeering. The rabbit hole.
Being a successful black man is one thing, but it's like, bro, we've watched this man be a menace and get away with crimes, legitimate crimes, for years. Like, it ain't just like he just now started doing this shit. He been on some bullshit since the early 90s. He been on some bullshit. It's just people turn a blind eye to niggas who entertain you. After a while, that shit becomes a legitimate issue, and that's what we are. The fact that minors being involved, come on, man. Like, we've seen the video with Justin Bieber. If you haven't seen the video, it's out there. Diddy makes niggas feel very uncomfortable. And this is the same motherfucker that some people know for a fact killed Biggie. Like, this, I don't put nothing past him at this point. So he can be the Cookie Monster, the PDF file, all that shit. Like, this nigga is a monster.
And it's crazy. It's like it was like an open secret in the industry for the longest time. Like you said, people have been knowing about this shit like the 90s. But I wonder what now. Do you think Cassie was the start of it all?
That video where he was beating her in that towel with one hand, the initial jokes were kind of like dark humor, funny for like 45 minutes. And then you actually realize what she had been through, what she talked about. And then you go back and rewatch the video and you're like, okay, hold on. Yeah, something not right about this shit. Something's off. And so that wave of support has been good for her. But it also just begs the question of like, how do you think you're going to continue to keep getting away with shit if the old dirt continues to be brought up over and over? Like, you're not going to get away with everything. You're not. That man beat her in a hallway with one hand on a towel and didn't even give a fuck about the damn security cameras. God knows what he does when there are no cameras around.
Exactly.
That motherfucker is evil. And it's always the niggas that are positioned in a way where they're put on a pedestal and they're deemed untouchable because they've contributed some type of mark on society. Yes, Diddy has given us tons of acts. He's given us tons of music. He's given us soundtracks to movies that we love. He's given us alcohol. I never personally fuck with Ciroc, but that's just me. I don't But
De Leon's good though.
Moguls get away with more shit. Moguls get away with a ton more shit. Like Jay-Z, any average nigga who pulled what he pulled and had that album about him cheating, career is done for. Done. That man came back, dropped an apology album, and it's like the shit never happened. It's like Solange never packed this nigga up in the elevator. And we most certainly saw that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, moguls get away with shit for a certain time. It's just like, all right, at some point, when is enough, basically?
And that video they held on to that video for a while. That was strategic when they released that Cassie tape. Like they were trying to build this case for a long time and kind of like acquire enough evidence to move on it. Because for the feds, like that's a huge money game. That's a huge asset seizure. You know, like that's a lot of money for them to get. And I just want to let people know, like anyone in those positions, like that Diddy, Jay-Z, like all those dudes are guilty of racketeering in some shape, in some sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to find something else that they can move on. They're going to charge them with the racketeering, but no one gets in those positions like that without doing some sort of shady shit.
Agreed. Yeah, I feel like once you get to a certain level, it's just like you definitely in some shit. Let me see, we got a comment. They didn't start investigating him until Dirty Money was already falling off. Investigation used lightly. Facts. Yeah. I mean, I feel like too, like he's outlived his use. Like he's not useful anymore. Like, and I know a lot of people are saying that Jay-Z is going to be next, but I don't know. I feel like he's making a lot of people some money right now, and they might make some shit go away, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're talking about they didn't start investigating him until Dirty Money was already falling off. The label execs are 100 times worse though. It should be in a RICO.
That's what I'm saying. They're all guilty of racketeering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't say that. That's why they got to find something else too before they can move on anything.
Yeah. So a lot of people are silent, and we know them people was at them bars. Which brings me to the next point. So Dame Dash was speaking on all these celebrities attending the freak offs and staying silent. And yeah, let's see what he got to say here.
But I just wish that the people that are being accused of certain things should just step up and be like, yo, they bugging. You know what I mean? Just dead that shit. Like, you know, this is a very transparent place and world in these days. It's very easy to say that's not true. You know, I wasn't at that party. I didn't do what they said I did. And, you know, I remember when I would ask Jay, yo, well, how come they keep saying we beefing? And how come you don't say nothing about it? He'd be like, oh, I don't want to bring no fuel to it. Nah, that brought all the fuel to it. So being silent is sometimes the loudest thing in the world. So I believe if the things aren't true, because I hear the stuff that Jaguar says, and she be on like 10 toes down, like not allegedly. And I've been sued for not saying allegedly. That's why I got this problem I have now with this judgment. I have been sued for not saying allegedly. So the things she's saying, and she'd be like, no allegedly, like no Diddy pause, or like, you know, like, you know, they'd be like, no allegedly. I would think that they could shut that down. So I'm curious. Now, I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm saying, yo, well, how come when I say the littlest shit, I got sued again by that, again, I don't want to get sued, right? Because they take anything. But Josh Weber, that the dude that's pretending he directed a movie I directed.
Are y'all able to see my stuff? The video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You said it's slow.
Based on my personal account, sued me in LA again for $4 million for a interview I did with Earn Your Leisure, where I didn't even say his name. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. So I know, like, you can get sued for nothing. So I'm like, yo, how come nobody's suing these people? Why won't they just say nah? Like, you know, I'm not calling out no names, but we all know that the shit they're saying is nuts. Pause. It's so that I can't even, it's nuts. And not just for Homeboy, for everybody. So I'm hoping the stuff I'm hearing isn't going to happen. I'm hoping that the stuff I'm hearing isn't true. I don't want anybody to be that dark. I don't want another blow for hip hop, you know? And I'm just trying to figure out, you know, I'm very curious to know who was at the parties. You know what I'm saying? Like someone was there. You know, I'm not going to even hold you. Like I can't pretend I don't want to know. But I'm saying DiCaprio, and I can tell you stories about that dude later or at another time. But he came out and was like, yo, I don't, you know, he said something. He did say something. His press, whatever they wanted him to say, he had a statement. So I want to know why there's no statement from all these, like the shit they saying is unbelievable. It's crazy. It's nuts. Pause. And I've never seen, like my legacy has never been compromised in that way. Where people are making, you know, the cartoons. You see, this is like dark cartoon that it be on. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Just the fact that it's being said, it's the same thing. Like, I'm sure people want to know between me and Homeboy, yo, why are y'all beefing? He's never explained that. He's never said like any of those things. So I just think in this day and age, based on the accusations that happened, not just him, everybody should just, you know, I did. When they said that those parties with me and Aaliyah and Jennifer Lopez, yeah, bro, I was at a party with Aaliyah, Jennifer Lopez is on the pillow, Natani's on the pillow. I'm going to be on that pillow, you know what I'm saying? But not next to no dudes. And then I'm out. But I addressed it. You know, I'm transparent. Like, you could ask me any question. Like, I say no, and you could ask me why I said no, and I'll explain it to you. You could challenge me. But at the end of the day, if I'm expecting you to consume the things that I'm doing, my products, I do believe that you deserve a certain degree of honesty. Like, why do we all have to wait? I don't want to wait. Just tell us what happened. Or tell us it didn't happen. Say something. Not just y'all, anyone that's being accused of that shit, bro, because we definitely want to know. The whole world wants to know. But when people start resigning and people start erasing their Twitters, then it just starts to look suspicious, and you know, it makes people ask questions.
What do you guys think? You mentioned the people deleting their tweets. I seen Usher deleted a bunch of tweets and then claimed that he got hacked. The fuck?
That I know was bullshit. Because how you get hacked and they specifically delete who wastes their time going back and deleting old shit that had to pertain to Diddy or anything of that nature? Why would someone waste their time hacking you to do that? And why would they specifically just pick those tweets? If that was the case, why not just delete their account and start tweeting some weird shit like Offset had going on?
Balls in my face.
Yeah, that one was insane.
Yeah, like, first of all, okay, so there's a few things, and I'm disappointed in Dame because he's usually somebody who knows what the fuck he's talking about. So, first of all,
get into it.
He's talking about suing. He's talking about people. Why isn't anybody suing Jaguar Wright? What are you gonna get from suing Jaguar Wright? She lives in the fucking trenches. What are you gonna get from suing her?
Streisand effect. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, but you know, it's different because it's like when Cardi B sued what's her name, Tasha K. Tasha K had a whole thing going on. Cardi B was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tank that whole shit. I'm gonna destroy everything that you built because you wanna play with my name." Jaguar Wright doesn't even have that. She does. First of all, there's another thing. She's getting paid to do these interviews, so she's going to say what gets the most engagement because she's going to keep getting hired to keep coming back. And it's the same platforms. She's going to the same two platforms because they keep paying her to come back. So there's that. there's also the thing that he was wrong on when he's talking about, oh, well, nobody's calling her out. First of all, that's not true. She can't. And I want to say this. I was there from the beginning of this shit when she first came out and she was doing the IG lives because I'm cool with a couple of the people that she like first addressed, because she was a singer in Philly and she was doing backup for the Roost, and she did what's it called, Unplugged for Jay, and so she was doing backup for them while they were doing the Unplugged album for Jay. She wasn't like directly affiliated with Jay. She wasn't like directly hired by Jay. It was by way of them, and she was touring with them. So that's her supposed claim to fame in the industry. There's nothing else. There's no album, there's no songs, there's nothing else. So it's like, okay, so what I was saying was, she came out and said Summer Walker was molested like by her manager or something, and Summer Walker had to come out and say, I don't even know who the fuck you are, and I don't know what you're talking about, so stop. So, you know, and I'm sure there is other instances too, but no, people have came out and be like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? She's a bipolar schizophrenic, and it's like we've got to start holding ourselves accountable to what we add fuel to. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's a kernel of truth in stuff that somebody says, if it's surrounded by bullshit, you got to throw the whole thing out. There's too many people out here speaking real shit to settle for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's I'm disappointed in him that he would like highlight her of all people, especially like when he could just like speak on what he's seen and what he's like been there for. Like bro, you were there, she wasn't. So it's like, what would she know about him that you wouldn't know? So
yeah, it really muddies the water, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's hard enough to win a defamation case anyway, you know, let alone against somebody who ain't got nothing to take.
Exactly.
Why do you think he brought up Jaguar of all people?
Because he's mad at Jay. Because Jay's been fucking with his money for years. So he's like, he's adding fuel to that shit. And he's trying to like dress it up with like, oh well, I hope he wasn't part of that. I hope he wasn't doing that. Bro, no, you're just adding fuel to it because you're fucking mad at him. And I understandably so, but you know, don't try to like cutesy it up.
Game Dash made a lot of bad decisions, and he likes to put that shit off on everybody else like it's their fault. And I know he talk a lot of game, but he's the one nigga I've seen. He don't really take accountability like that. Like he does in a sense because he's had to own some of his fuck ups. But if there is an opportunity for him to place blame on somebody else, he gonna do it.
Yeah. Also, if Jay ain't suing fucking that weird ass nigga Choke No Joke, he's not suing Jaguar, right?
What did Choke No Joke do? Choke
No Joke like goes on like live stream every single day to talk about Jay-Z for the last like 15 years. So if he's not suing him, he's not suing Jaguar, right?
Well, what about this? What do you think? Do you think suing somebody would bring more attention to the claims?
Yeah, but they also have nothing to. You don't have anything to gain from them. They only gain. So it's like they're gaining press. They're getting all that, and they don't lose any money because they don't have any money to lose. So it's like they can only gain. So it's like, why would you put a spotlight on that? They don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get more people that actually believe it.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not. That's why I brought up that Streisand effect. It's highlights that you're going to get people that don't even look into the evidence and just see the moves that were made to sue this person, and they're going to instantly hop on the bandwagon that X is true or Y is true, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta just ignore them. It sounds crazy, but you gotta just ignore them.
Mm. Someone said it's whole interviews with Jay while a freak off is in the background. I think I know what you're talking about. The lesbos. I know.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, that one was wild. The whole
That's
interview.
That's like BET uncut shit.
Yeah,
that was regular shit.
Background.
Oh my god!
That shit was
Shout out
crazy.
to Black Shadori. He said, "Peace to the team." What's up, man? So last thing regarding Diddy, his main mistress, Miss Young Miami, named in 2 lawsuits, not 1 but 2, allegedly harassing probably Diddy's side pieces. So Young Miami is accused of harassing one of Diddy's alleged SA victims to try and get her to have a, can I say this word? I don't even know if I can say this word. To unalive her child. So more crazy stuff about Diddy assaulting people, drugging people, making her ingest ketamine and other drugs before blacking out. So pretty much Young Miami
is fucking crazy. I don't think people understand how gnarly that really is. Like, you're forcibly having somebody ingest ketamine. That's crazy.
Yeah. What kind of drug is ketamine similar to? Like meth or?
Ketamine's a horse tranquilizer.
Is that like a psychedelic or no? Or like a make you? I don't know.
I mess with a lot of stuff. I ain't never messed with no ketamine.
Oh man, that's great. I'm trying to think of like what kind of drug that's similar to. Like it makes you pass out.
I mean, that would be like a sedative, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a sedative.
But on the high end.
It's like an anesthetic, because like you can actually go get prescriptions for like depression and shit. You can get prescription ketamine. That's actually pretty common, especially nowadays with like all this fucking bullshit woo therapy type shit that's going on. It's like you can go to a therapist and get a prescription for ketamine, but originally it's a anesthetic.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So forcibly causing someone to take that is insane. But I'll say this, and we can move the fuck on because we got better shit to talk about. Young Miami really is the first person I've ever seen willingly self-destruct all of her relationships. And the fact that she's still willing to do her own show and not acknowledge any of the shit that she's actually done, because all she did was tap dance around the point with that interview with Saucy Santana. If we was ever looking for an opportunity to get her ass the fuck up out of here, now was the time to do so.
She's gonna do it to herself.
She ain't a good person.
She's gonna do it to herself because, like, you let someone that stupid talk long enough, and they just gonna take themselves. And that's she has.
It's a wrap after that. Give a nigga no rope. It's a wrap.
I mean, her music career is already over. People didn't want to hear that shit no way in the first place.
Well, she didn't want to be a rapper in the first place.
Yeah, she wasn't no fucking artist.
She never wanted even to be a rapper. So I don't even understand this whole concept of, I'm locked into my record deal and my record my label won't allow me to drop my music because they don't like my albums. Sweetie, you don't even like your albums. Like, it's literally almost to the point where I want to put her on the stand, just like how they did Nick Cannon on Wildin' Out. You're like, hey, do you even like your music? Because that's where we are at this point.
Do you think she's gonna do some time or something? Because she's getting
probably ain't gonna do nothing. If she does time, I'll be shocked, a little bit happy. But if she actually does time, Like if she legitimately does time, I would be like legitimately shocked because I feel like at that point you done fucked your own career up, your own life up again for no reason. All because you wanted to stand behind some man that gave you a better lifestyle than the lifestyle that you was already providing for your fucking self. Based off the work that you put in while your homegirl was sitting in prison, locked up. You feel me? So it's like her decision making skills negative. Just bad decision making skills. But she wanted to stand by her man, so
Exactly.
Draw that line in the sand. Once you draw that line in the sand, you gotta pick a side. And she crossed over that side, so she might as well just stay the fuck over there.
Yeah. Yep.
The worst thing that's gonna happen to her is all that money's gonna go. And the thing about her is the type of person she is. That's the worst thing. That's probably worse than going to jail is her being broke. But you know.
Yep. Crazy. And involving yourself with the wrong people can be detrimental to you in your career. And she's a living example. Somebody said she's getting probation. Shit, we'll see.
And these bitches will do crazy shit for some Chanel. Tell you that.
Ha! Believe that. Believe that. Have a Chanel bag with $0 in there.
Or some of this.
All right. Let's see. So the next. So Rich Homie Quan's cause of death has been confirmed as an accidental overdose. So he died as a result of the combined effects of fentanyl, alprazolam, never heard of that one.
That's Ativan.
Codeine. Okay. Codeine and promethazine, according to the Fulton County Medical Examiner in Georgia. So this dude had a fucking cocktail.
Yeah.
Can't hear me.
Sounds like a real tweet.
He basically was drugged out to a point where he had gotten so high off each one individually, his body probably stopped feeling shit. Because you don't take that type of combination at the same time unless the original drug that you have been on, you've been doing so much, your body does not react to that. You don't take fentanyl and codeine at the same time. You don't take promethazine and codeine at the same time and then follow that up with a shot of fentanyl. You don't do that unless you've been an addict. And if that's what he was doing in his spare time, unfortunately, I hate it for him. I hate it for his family. It's sad. But at some point, we got to start just holding niggas accountable. I love Rich Homie, but you a dumbass. Like, R.I.P. I love you to death, bro. You was literally a neighbor to my mom for a good little minute. Like, spoke to my mom all the time and shit off Cleveland Avenue. Real shit. But, like, you's a dumbass. Because it's one thing to get drugs and it be laced with shit and it's unbeknownst to you. I get that. You took a drug cocktail, and I promise that wasn't the first time he did that shit. So you took a drug cocktail, and then how he was found, he was dead before they put him on the couch. So your family saw you dead on the couch before they went to go start their day. And they came home thinking that had just happened. No. He was lifeless before they left. That's the sad part about it.
Yeah. The saddest part seems like he was a professional tweaker. Like the fact that you can just
definitely know how to hide it. And that's where we have an issue, because in hip hop, I know, we got rappers who do the double cuts, You know, we make fun of Lil Wayne when he dropped his lean. He was like, "Oh my god!" Like we make fun of that shit, but like at the same time, we actually do have to acknowledge like these niggas really do be tweakers. Like Lil Wayne, I'm sorry, with them dreads that's been falling out for the last 15 years, he been tweaking. It's a couple other guys in the music industry, like Famous Dex, for example, that these niggas, they get drugs in their system one time, and that's all it takes, and that's all they become.
It's so sad. So sad. Yeah. That's why
Well, it gets to a point. It gets to a point too, when I mean, as the community recovering drug addict on the panel, it gets to a point where like you got to take so much shit, you got to hit a certain baseline, and the deeper and deeper you get into addiction, once you start stacking shit on top of shit, it gets to a point where your body just, you know, it just hits that off switch, and there's nothing you can do about it. To stack downers like that, and for him to be alive like earlier in the day, for him to be stacking downers like this is a years and years and years and years long addiction that he was messing with. You know, the lean wasn't doing enough, so he's got to add the fent, and the fent's not doing enough. He's got to add the Ativan and the Xanax on top of it, and it's sad in a sense, but at the same time, like when you got that kind of money and that kind of influence, and you're the one pulling the strings, and everybody else is eating off you too, you're going to be hard pressed to find real friends at that point that are going to pull you aside. We brought it up when we were talking about Kodak Black a few months ago.
This is the reason I said I hang out with Cam.
Yeah, so you got to keep him straight. But you're not going to find people that are going to pull you out of that well if you're the one that's putting food on their plate too. It's like you don't have the right people around you to yeah, you're successful, but mentally and spiritually you're a fucking bum, man. And it's hard to get out of that rut, and unless you got people around you that are going to help you do that, it's just a ticking time bomb, you know.
You're muted.
Oh, oops. I said, yeah, a lot of these people have yes men around them. You know what I'm saying? Enabling such a behavior.
It's even worse when the perception of the drugs is that the drugs solve their problems. And like Cam is explaining with addiction, like niggas get addicted to the point to where even when they're not even having problems, they doing the shit for recreational purposes. And it gets to a point to where it's like niggas just have the shit on hand just because. Like, look at how Juice WRLD died. Juice, chronic depressive. Like, if you listen to his first album, that shit was depressing as fuck. All his music was depressive, but it was real and it spoke to niggas. But even someone like that, he didn't need all that shit, but he had it on hand until it was time for him to get searched. And instead of him thinking logically, he just went and took everything.
Which is so stupid. I mean, RIP to him.
That ends. Like, if you got somebody that is your boy that's with you, they got to go down for that shit. You don't go down for that. You the one putting money on everybody's plate. You the one putting food on the plate. You the one paying everybody bills. So, in a sense, I understand that, like, yeah, I get why you guys take the drugs. But at some point, if the drugs are not enough, when do we stop, sit back and be like, what else can I do to make myself feel better that's not going to fucking kill me?
I mean,
because you mean more to the world. Like, yeah, you mean a lot to your family, your community, and like you mean more. Like I don't think people truly understand how much we love Rich Homie down here. I don't think people understand how much niggas love him, bro. So for him to go out that way, the entire South Side was shut down for that funeral. There was the traffic was so bad, you couldn't drive on Old National Highway on either side. It was that bad. The entire hood came out to support that man, his entire family. And that's just Rich Homie. So imagine if, knock on wood, that happens to somebody that's even bigger in terms of their star power that's hooked on drugs, man. You saw what Mac Miller meant to us. And shit, that fucked with me mentally. So it's like, we gotta find another alternative. Or niggas who are close to these artists gotta start being real. Like, bro, put that shit the fuck down.
Yeah. The importance of having a good team, solid team. Yeah. Shout out to Pico, the gang. He said Mac Miller, Michael Williams, Enchanting, Big Scar, Gangsta Boo. The Fent list is getting long. Shaking my head. I didn't even know Gangsta Boo had overdose on fentanyl.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's
crazy. But
so sad.
We just gotta, yeah, man. I ain't saying like again, niggas gonna have to find a way to escape. That's fine. I understand. Like I'm as someone who's understanding of mental health and depression, I get it. As someone who's dealt with addiction, I get it. But we can't be having niggas out here to just do like taking a drug cocktail. Like we at some point we have to start using critical thinking skills. Is this shit going to keep me alive? Because yeah, I get it. You want to solve your problems, not feel stressed out. Yeah, that's a great way to not feel stressed out no more. You ain't gonna feel nothing after that. It's a difference. Do you want to not feel pain, or do you not want to feel nothing forever? I'll take the temporary pain than to not feel nothing.
It's scary though, because it's like the music industry, entertainment in general. That just kind of comes with the lifestyle, you know.
Niggas glorify that shit.
Yeah, they glorify it, or I don't know.
It is glorified because, to be quite honest, the fact that a classic rap album being called Dirty Sprite is kind of crazy. Because when you really know what's in Dirty Sprite, drugs, nigga, drugs. Niggas was getting NyQuil and Jolly Ranchers in a 2-liter bottle of fucking Sprite and thought that was cool. No, that's not cool, bro.
And I was gonna mention how Future, he don't even really be on the drugs like that, but he will constantly influence the kids and whoever listens to his music to do it. And that's crazy because he said people ain't gonna support the music if he doesn't talk about that.
That shit still. That's the most fucked up part about it is that the shit in the music industry that is the most negative, drugs, sex, murders type shit, that shit sells more than a conscious rapper rapping about the trauma that they faced. And it could be the exact same thing, but the difference between the two is that one rapper is going to tell you a story that you just have to sit and think critically to. The other motherfucker is going to have his song played in a strip club. Most niggas are gonna gravitate to the one that has the ass shaking, not the one where you gotta sit down and actually think about what the fuck you're going through.
Unfortunately, somebody said Wayne just does too much drugs for his voice to sound like that. Yeah, that nigga sounds like a fucking robot.
At this point, he trying his best to sound fucking literate, not illiterate, but literate. Like actually, like he enunciates, like he's enunciating his words now. Like he's pronouncing every part of the words in his verses now because he wants to give off the perception that like he ain't drugged out no more. He was drugged out 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So I don't know what the fuck we talking about. Like at this point, he passed that. I'm glad he's still kicking. The amount of drugs this nigga been on, I'm actually glad he's still kicking.
You know, and a point to mention too, like the power of influence. Future talking about drugs and stuff. You know, Future is actually the reason why Juice WRLD tried codeine and lean, is because he heard Future talking about it, and look how he ended up. You know, it's sick. It's a sick cycle. Someone said, folks keep taking drugs to fight withdrawals, man. I wouldn't wish addiction on nobody. Yeah, and chasing that first high, just always chasing it.
Nah, that first high never comes back.
Yeah.
Who's the 901's greatest? He's right. The fear of withdrawal is real. And when you're messing with there's 2 drug withdrawals that will kill you cold turkey. That's benzos and alcohol. It is when you're a heavy user like that, you cannot stop cold turkey. You have grand mal seizures. I've been through DTs a couple of times. It's absolutely terrifying. The fear of withdrawal at that level of drug use. And I think what pushes a lot of people away from getting treatment, especially when you're in the spotlight, because like if you're using benzos like that, you have to get medically assisted detox. And that's just a can of worms as far as like bad publicity goes. You can't wean down yourself. I've tried it in my past. I tried it a bunch of times. So I'm going to cut back. I'm going to wean myself off of it. And before you know it, you're just using more than you were. You have to, if you're going to quit, it's just as dangerous to keep using the drugs as it is to trying to stop cold turkey when it comes to benzos and alcohol. And the benzos are like the serious thing that people are using. I don't think anyone wants to put themselves out there to go seek the treatment, have that publicity storm, even though that there's going to be a lot of positive feedback, because people cherish when people go out of their way to get help for themselves and become better. But it's kind of been stigmatized as like a weakness. When it's on it, is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my life, was like,
especially in the hood,
take a step back and tell myself like, I can't do this shit by myself. And you shouldn't, because anyone out there listening that is addicted to benzos or alcohol, if you're a heavy enough user, you can't just stop cold turkey. If you will die, it will kill you.
Read my comment right now on that.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because you, like you saying, you know, cold turkey is insane. Not only that, it's like the environment of where you're from, where you in, and who's around you. You grow up with motherfuckers you grow up with niggas doing drugs all these years, drinking heavy all these years, and everybody's still doing this shit. And you see they don't have no problems. You the one nigga who wanna change for the better, and you got niggas looking at you, calling you weak because you want to make a lifestyle change. So not only are you having to deal with the mental pressures from within, you got to deal with the external pressures as well. Because, yeah, it does come with good publicity because, yeah, you're making an effort to change. You're trying to help people say, hey, you can do this if you suffer. And I feel like a lot of motherfuckers don't understand that, like, an addiction is a disease. You're human. Diseases attack humans, bro. It's okay. But most niggas don't think like that because they only care about the negative perception. They focus on the negative. They focus on, oh, so-and-so's talking about me like this in this way. Or I'm going to lose this brand deal, so I ain't going to have no money. And it's like, what you might lose temporarily in the now, you might get back tenfold once you change. But niggas so short-sighted, they can't really see that shit. They only care about what's happening right now and not looking to the future. And these niggas ain't making it to the future because they ODing on shit.
Pico said, music has always been fueled by drugs since the Beatles and LSD was popping. Only difference is man-made opioids, drugs that cause withdrawals.
And don't get me wrong, a lot of my favorite artists have done heavy drugs, but it's a matter of like you truly have to find that from within. What am I going to do to get over whatever said problem? And sometimes drugs is not the answer. Like, yeah, it's okay. You want to smoke a joint? All right, cool. You want to drink a little bit? Relax, cool. But when you start doing that shit constantly, at some point you gotta stop. You have to see it and recognize it before it becomes an issue. Because if you don't and it becomes an issue, you done fucked yourself. Because now you got to go through the extra steps to prevent the withdrawals, the DTs. It's a fucking nightmare. Especially with a spotlight on you too. In this day and age, with the court of public opinion, that shit crazy.
Damien said, fighting my benzo withdrawal was not easy. I was actually about to wean, but I felt rehab wasn't going to help because I seen everyone else just start.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. I get it. And it's yeah, other people do drugs off peer pressure alone, bro.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I can argue a lot of them try it.
I didn't start drinking until I was like 22, 23. I didn't smoke weed until I was like 23, 24. Like,
wow.
Like, yeah, I was very much straight edge for a long time. I faced a lot of peer pressure. I got called all types of fucking lame ass niggas so many times.
Especially in Atlanta.
Me. I was just doing shit because I was going through stuff, but that's different. Like, ain't no peer pressure. Fuck that shit. But I know other niggas deal with that shit. That shit crazy.
So, what can you say, like, as a positive to these people? Like, what's a good takeaway? Like, have solid people around you.
Yeah, bro.
Find instead of trying to escape, trying to, like, what can we tell you?
Even if you use drugs to escape, you still need another backup plan to deal with your issues. If you're gonna do drugs, please have a therapist on standby. Have some, like, don't take no fucking drug fucking cocktail. Don't be afraid to go to rehab. Don't be afraid to do other shit. It's the same with any addiction. If you see that you about to go do, you see a bottle of alcohol on the counter, bro, go for a walk. Don't pick up the bottle. Leave the bottle there. I ain't saying you gotta throw it in the trash because, again, you can't quit cold turkey. But if you know this is not a good night and you struggling and you see a bottle of alcohol, the first thing in your mind should not be, let me pour a drink. No, do everything else first. Come up with any other thing in the world you could fucking do at that moment. I don't give a fuck if you gotta go clean the toilet. Do something else. If that shit don't work, I understand if you get to that point, but exhaust all your options first.
Aim for healthy people.
It's about people, places, and things. You got to get away from bad people. You got to get yourself into new places, and you got to change the things that you do. And sobriety gives you the things that drugs promise. And that's one of the realest shit I ever fucking heard in rehab. This one old head told me, he said, the monkey on your back's not going to eat the chip on your shoulder. And I didn't remember a lot of shit when I was in treatment, but like that old man dropped a bar on me, and that stuck with me ever since. That stuck with me ever since. And a lot of people get caught up in the, like, because I believe it is genetic. Like Gunn was saying, I didn't start drinking until I was 21, but the minute I started drinking, I was out drinking everybody. That's how you know that there's like a genetic predisposition to this shit. I come from a long line.
Also, I feel you started late. That's why.
I come from a long line of addicts and alcoholics. My pops drank himself to death when I was young. Like, it's just, that shit runs in your genes. And it's really important to change your habits in a way. Like, you got to create a structure, not looking at, you kind of got to compartmentalize and not say, oh, I got to stay sober forever. You just got to focus on the minute. If you can stay clean for a minute, you can stay clean for an hour, you can stay clean for a week, an hour. you just compartmentalize it into smaller, and then before you know it, days start racking up, and then it just becomes like a distant memory. And like in early sobriety, it's tough to go out to places where people are drinking and stuff like that. But like you get to a certain point where it's just like not even tempting at all.
Mhm.
Like the thought of it kind of disgusts you. And I'm not trying to downgrade anybody that likes to go out and have a good time, because that's great. If people can do that, that's totally awesome, and I'm happy for you. You should do that. Go let some steam off and do what you got to do. But there's some of us on this planet that we can't do that. You know,
Facts.
so you just gotta count your blessings and take it 1 minute at a time.
Absolutely.
Well, I just want to say I'm proud of you, Cam. Very proud of you. Mhm.
Before we move
Someone
on, I will address this last comment.
Yeah.
Before we move on,
He's talking to you, Sasa.
granted, I am a proud advocate in saying this. Lucky, stay off drugs. You're fine. Chance, get your ass some acid immediately. Get your ass some acid. Get back in the fucking booth, nigga. This nigga has not made a single good project since Acid Rap. The drugs are what make Chance the rapper. That's all I'm saying. Now, outside of me saying that, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay?
Okay. Oh my god. We are not advocating for drugs, y'all.
No, drugs are bad. Okay?
Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. All right. And speaking of, we got Mr. Charleston White.
This nigga.
Says people shouldn't be sad Rich Homie died of an overdose. He died doing what he loved to do.
Oh,
See what
man.
this video-
That's
Overdose.
Oh, shit.
He died what he wanted to do, doing what he loved to do, getting high. So you should nobody be sad.
You gotta turn that up.
If you know I
Turn it up. Hold on.
Yeah.
and y'all
Oh,
It's really low. I don't know why it's so low.
he talking low as shit too.
find me somewhere dead off the drugs that I like doing, who should be sad? Nigga died doing what he want to do. Who don't want to die doing what they love to do? I don't give a damn what it is, nigga. Nigga like getting high. If you die getting high, who should be sad? Nobody. Nigga, you died happy. And you died doing what you love to do. Let's celebrate this death. Boy, my nigga was over there getting high. Yeah, no, man, shouldn't be sad. Oh my goodness, he got the wrong kind of pill. He been taking these bad pills. Been popping in the songs 10 years ago. He told you he liked Xans, perks, and syrup. It's been in the music 10 years ago. Why niggas sad and surprised? And we all sneaking and getting high off something. We all sneaking and getting high off something, y'all. So if a nigga gets hard to it explode, man, shit, nigga died for. Well, she might have set him up. So, nigga, he died for. That's what he liked to do. So you got to put things into a proper perspective if you want to understand life. Nigga, life ain't as sad because the motherfucker done died. Tragic. Motherfucker getting killed. That wasn't sad. Motherfucker being tragically murdered. That's sad. But a motherfucker just dying of a health condition or drugs or motherfucker driving drunk and die in a drunk driving accident, but don't kill nobody. Only kill themselves. Man, my nigga love driving drunk. I'm gonna be sad because he died driving drunk. Thinking because what could have been done different. Eventually, something had to happen. He wasn't gonna stop. He like it. So if you ever find me in, man, he got killed at the strip club. He shouldn't have been going to the strip club. Y'all better not be saying that. Y'all better be saying, man, that nigga love going to the strip club. He died in the strip club. That way he wants to die. Nigga don't want to die in no hospital.
Do you think what's the best way to get somebody to get off their addiction?
You can't. Everybody know in AA and NA, nigga, you first have to admit that you have a problem. That's the first step to getting off. Nigga, the first step to that is being tired of going through this shit.
This nigga right here.
It's like
I mean,
half the time he
literally
be
crazy
talking some shit that be making sense, but then he coupled that in with some dumbass statements that make you want to punch this nigga in the face. Because, yeah, we can acknowledge the fact that somebody died doing what they loved. If he loved doing drugs, okay, that's fine. He may not have loved doing drugs at all. He may have just been doing it because it's the only thing that brought him solace. But you can't say niggas can't be sad because he's not alive, bro, because that's somebody's dad. That's somebody's boyfriend, husband. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's fucking son. So you can't sit there and say people can't be fucking sad. If my homie died because he was doing drugs, I don't give a fuck whether or not he was addicted to them or not. That's still my friend. My friend not here no more. I'm going to be sad. The fuck you mean don't be sad? It be that type of shit that when Charleston White be talking, I be ready to punch this nigga in the fucking mouth. Cause at that point it's like, okay, bro, I get it. You like to say real shit because you want to be this deep, philosophical ass nigga who think he know every fucking thing. But in reality, you just be talking in generics. You just be saying the fucking obvious, and you make it seem like you're a fucking genius, like you're like a hood Dr. Umar. Shut the fuck up. I personally do not understand the appeal of Charleston White. I don't understand why these fucking media outlets think that he's the only nigga in the world from the streets that you have to interview. Like, oh, somebody got shot. Let me ask Charleston White how the fuck he feels. Who the fuck cares? He not gonna tell you no different than the nigga at Dunkin' Donuts who done had a bad day. He gonna tell you that. He gonna tell you the same shit. You go to the barbershop and hear the same shit Charleston White gonna say, bro.
See, and he mixes the truth in with the bullshit. It's just like,
and that's the problem. That's literally his problem, is that he don't know how to either just be completely honest and be respectful to the question or the topic at hand, or he gonna do some shit where he on some bullshit. He trying to be funny. He trying to get a rise out of niggas. He doing this shit for clout and content. And it's like certain topics don't need you being an asshole about it. Like sometimes it's okay for you to take shit serious and have an honest fucking dialogue about it. But when you take certain situations and you add on what I would like to say filler bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. When you add that shit to already sensitive topic, you get what he does, and that's just sit in front of a fucking camera talking to some nigga who's not gonna show his face on camera. Some bullshit hot take that's not gonna fucking matter in 3 weeks because he's gonna say something else that's just as fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I think you see the pendulum swing like this. Like, for a while, people were like so empathetic with stuff that it became annoying. That they seek out interviews with like people like Charleston White because the complete lack of empathy is like entertaining to people. It's like a gimmick almost. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel. Like shit got so goofy with like the empathy quality talk for so long that people are like, I like a good roast. I like watching people get owned, but like it seems like people crave. This is what draws people to Charleston White is like that complete lack of empathy is like somewhat entertaining to them. I mean, nobody gets that deep in addiction and enjoys it.
Exactly.
For him to be stacking stuff like that, once you're at that point, it's not fun anymore.
It is not fun at all, bro.
Shit, at that point, it's about survival. Like, I'm trying to get to the next day.
And nobody's like jumped his ass or done nothing to him. So like that adds on to it because people are like, oh well, he keeps doing it, so and nobody's done nothing to him, and that's like that makes the appeal for him even bigger.
He don't move around niggas who don't have shit to lose. He knows where to go and who to associate with, bro. Like you said, bro, ain't nobody jumped this nigga yet because he ain't put himself in a position to be in a location where he's going to get jumped.
Exactly.
If he goes somewhere, he got security with him. I don't believe that bullshit that he don't roll by him, that he roll by himself. He got security. Any nigga who is reckless as he is again, sometimes it's funny because he poked the bear, and as someone who is a habitual line stepper, I understand what it's like, but I know I got hands. These shits is ready to eat for everyone. I can fight. I can look at Charleston. I know he can't fight. So I know he got security with him 24/7. So that shit is lame that he be doing. Cause he do it knowing that he not gonna have no repercussions. And he don't go to no area where it's like, all right, I'm gonna cause a scene and ain't nobody gonna check me. All right.
Yeah. Take that shit to Philly and go tell one of them crackheads that he's having a good time.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he can't do that.
Come talk to one of these trailer park Tiffany's that trades her food stamps for Percocets on the first of the month and see. Let her know she's having a good time. See if she don't fuck you up.
Exactly. Like there are legitimate places that he can't go because, like J. Cloud said, bro, this nigga gonna get jumped, bro. He gonna get jumped. He go to the wrong spot. Like it's just some places he can't go because he know better.
Y'all, I'm conflicted because he mixes in the truth and real shit with the bullshit, but it's just like, I mean, I get where you were trying to go for with the accountability thing. Like, okay, we get that, but to say that you shouldn't feel sad because they died from drugs because that's their fault, quote unquote, their fault. Like, I mean, I understand that we do need to be able to take accountability and be honest about that, but
I mean, he's just twisting the shit because it's like they're not going to fucking Six Flags.
Yeah.
He's twisting the shit. So it's like, no.
He's the type of nigga that will see that you got stabbed and he won't take the knife out. He'll look at you and he'll lecture you about why you got stabbed. Like he'll ask you why you got stabbed. What happened? All the while, he could be helping you take the knife out. Or he could be helping you at least keep the bitch stable in place while the ambulance comes. But no, he's just gonna stand there and look at you and talk to you the entire time and not help you at all. That's the type of nigga he is. He the type of nigga who literally, just like how it's illegal now, I think it's in Florida, to fucking be homeless. He the type of nigga who will literally go and be like, I mean, a real nigga would just go get a hotel. I don't know why you sleeping on the street. It's like, nigga, you not adding nothing. I can't stand the nigga. That's just me, though.
Oh, he's corny.
Yeah, guys.
Someone gonna see him eventually, though.
Oh yeah.
Might not be next year, might not be the year after, but it's gonna it's gonna come.
Yeah. All right. So, any final thoughts on this topic? Is it fuck Charleston White?
Most of the time, giving a shit about
most
him
of the time,
yeah. But we gotta just stop giving a shit. Like people we gotta stop propagating that shit.
Absolutely.
Giving fuel to it. But
because I honestly have not really heard of Charleston White until he started talking about all the crazy shit. Isn't he a boxer? Was he a boxer or something?
I think he's some like gun rights dude in Texas.
Who knows?
So he used to. He went through earlier in his career. He was all suited up. He used to wear a bow tie. He went on like mainstream media. He would talk about gun rights, like inner city type stuff. But he wasn't getting any play or anything like that. So he had this heel turn, and this is what I'm talking about. It's like he went the complete polar opposite. He went WCW Hulk Hogan and just went completely heel on him. And that's when he started getting the clicks and the publicity. So he just ran with it. His whole shtick is lack of empathy. That's the whole gimmick. It didn't start like that, but somewhere along the way when he wasn't getting the results he wanted, when he was trying to be all high and tight with his bow tie and his suit, he decided to do the heel turn. And that's what we got now.
The rebrand. All right, that's enough for Charleston White. So Mr. Future mixtape Pluto officially debuts at #1 with 129,000 units sold. It marks his third #1 album of 2024 and 11th total.
Okay,
what do
we have to have a conversation about how music really has like #1 albums and shit making Billboard. That shit has no merit when it comes to actual talent at all. Because if we are keeping it a buck, 2 of Future's albums really, honestly, Future shouldn't even had 3 #1 albums. Because the first album was carried by the diss, the second album was completely forgettable, and this one is absolutely, utterly mid.
People are listening to it because they're curious, because they want to know if there's a Drake diss on it. Like, so they're just listening to it off that, and that counts towards the numbers. That's that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what's boosting the shit. Like, it's not because people are buying the shit.
Yeah, it ain't nothing natural about people wanting to hear this. People are listening with an agenda. It's not, oh, I want to listen to Future and be like, oh yeah, you know what? I think this is gonna be a good little project. I'm gonna invest my time and listen to it a few times. I played this bitch 3 times, as I do per every album review, because that's my rule. 3 listens before I actually, give a score. I got the Plutoski or whatever that shit was called. When he was like, I said, okay, bro. I said, okay, we're done here. Because what the fuck is this? Like, and people have the audacity to disrespect somebody like Lil B. And this is what y'all listen to. This bangs, but if I put on Cook Steak Knife, y'all niggas gonna say that shit trash.
They don't know ball.
They don't. Because again, Future, mainstream rapper. This is why I literally have to emphasize, mainstream rap is not good at all. It's not. If it was,
it's in a very shaky place.
No, because at this point, any damn mainstream rapper who has a very loyal fan base will pull this shit off every time.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck. The shit has no merit to me.
I definitely think Future has kind of a culty fan base. So just off the strength of that, the loyalty alone, they're gonna check out his shit. And honestly, I just feel like at this point, it's kind of a given that he's gonna be on the top of the Billboard when he debuts. Whether it'll stay there, that's another conversation. But he's gonna debut at #1. I mean, I didn't expect any less for this whole mixtape Pluto thing. I didn't listen to it yet, but
if not for the Drake and Kendrick thing, he wouldn't have done over 30K.
Exactly.
At all. So he need to be thanking Kendrick.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't saying the nigga trash, but what I'm saying is like, people are saying that Future is having one of the best years in hip hop because he's had 3 great albums. Where realistically, the first album, again, carried by a diss. And I got hate for that comment. I'm like, name me a song other than Like That from We Don't Trust You that actually did numbers, that people actually play everywhere. Because I haven't heard shit. And We Still Don't Trust You. I don't even remember a single track from that album. And that's saying something, because even the bad ones you can remember. I can't even remember the bad ones. So when it came to this one, people was like, yeah, this is going to be like mixtape Future, this, that, the fourth. This is not a mixtape. It's called Mixtape Pluto. This is a full-length LP. This is not a fucking mixtape. Y'all niggas like to throw this whole mixtape word around when some shit don't add up and don't live to the hype of the rollout. It's a whole fucking album rollout. The shit drop is mid. Oh, it's a mixtape. When did we start shitting on the quality of mixtapes then? Because last time I checked, mixtapes was the shit. Mixtapes were better than fucking albums. What the fuck are we talking about here?
And then Wale says Future means so much to hip hop. A top 10. I'm not debating that one. Shit, he sound like me trying to get a feature from somebody.
He's not giving you a fucking feature, bro. He's not getting on your fucking,
Let it go, bro. Be real.
Like, shut up, bro.
Yeah. Nah, man. Wale crowns Future a top 10 rapper of all time.
I like to see his other top 10.
As if I had another reason to not like Wale.
I'm right there with you, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest for a second, folks. I want to like Wale so bad. I've genuinely tried to be a fan of his music. I can't. Attention deficit, that made me throw my phone. I was at home plate on my baseball field in high school. I threw my phone to center field. That's how bad that shit pissed me off. His mixtapes, it was like he was trying to be Drake for the longest while we were in high school, and that shit never translated. So I've tried to get into his music, couldn't do it. Him complaining, bitching, whining because nobody really fucks with his music like that, or he's not as big of a star in the music game as they think he is. Sir, no one fucking told you to sign to MMG. Who the fuck told you to do that? That was a dumb decision on your own. And when Florian 2 came out, I actually gave it high praise. I fucked with it. Unironically, it was because it was the theme song. He had one of his tracks that had Maxo Cream was actually the theme song to NXT 2.0. So as a wrestling fan, wrestling's for niggas, I'm a support. But outside of that, every time he do something, he irritates me. Anytime he says something publicly, it irritates me. His music irritates the shit out of me. So this comment saying that Future is a top 10 rapper of all time, if he had said the last 20 years, I would have been like, okay, we can have a discussion. If he said 10 years, you ain't wrong. This nigga said all time. That is so fucking irresponsible. As a music artist yourself, to say something irresponsible like that, can't do it.
But this is somebody who's been on Pete Rock beats. It's like, bro, you're dick riding. You know better, and you're dick riding.
Yeah. There's no other explanation, honestly.
Like you know better. And I know he knows better.
Exactly, bro. Like, come on. Like, what do we discuss? Like, you telling me Future. Like, and when we talk top 10 rappers all the time, you know niggas gonna be saying shit like Scarface or Rakim or goddamn Jay-Z, Wayne. Some people may say Eminem. Some people gonna say Nas. You telling me Future, the same man who had the la-di-da-di-da, slump on me now, you saying this nigga is a top 10 rapper of all time? Do you know how many rappers are in the world that is bar for bar destroying Future?
Yeah.
Most of them.
Because he didn't say music artist. He said rapper.
That's what I was gonna bring up. These
He
Billboard
didn't say
charts.
music artists.
These Billboard charts are like, to me, it feels like when people rank fast food restaurants.
Oh, yes.
That's what these Billboard charts are. I've never liked Future. I've never been a Future fan. I've always been a purist. And it's like that whole wave of music that's Taco Bell at 2 a.m. after last call. It might be the most consumed, but it's not creme brulee. I tell you that. That's what I feel like these Billboard charts are. It's like you want to use the word rapper, and I'm not getting any alliteration. I'm not getting any internal rhyme schemes. I'm not getting any concept albums. I'm not getting none of that. I mean, as far as my conversation goes, you can't even be in it.
Yeah, it's like that's a type of rap. It's like, my nigga, I'm a better rapper than Future, but it's like I'll smoke that nigga. I smoke Wale too. On top of that, but
anybody smoke Wale.
But word up, like it's a kind of music. And it's like, I get it, but you're talking about all across the board, like top 10. Like, my nigga, shut the fuck up.
That comment is crazy. Future top 10 mixtape rapper. That's still a stretch. That's still a stretch.
Yeah, no,
I can't all time. Like I said, if we talking the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years, maybe you might have an argument.
Nah, not 20. Not.
I'm talking about 20. I'm talking about mixtape. Not
yeah.
Yeah. Mixtape 20 years, maybe. It may be an argument for like the 10th spot. Maybe. But all time, no. Like, I don't think people, like, if you believe Future is a top 10 rapper, that means you have no idea who somebody like a Tech Nine is. You have no idea who someone like a Billy Woods is, or an Elucid, or an Open Mike Eagle. You don't know rap, bro. It's niggas who legitimately rap out here, and they make quality fucking music. Future makes great music. It's fun. It's nice to listen to. But Future ain't a good rapper. It's okay to acknowledge that.
Professional Morgan Wallen hater said, Future's influence alone puts him high. But based off pure rapping skill, plenty of guys watching.
Everybody's watching him. I don't even like Big Sean, and Big Sean watching him.
Oh my God. That's crazy. But yeah. Future's never been.
Future to me is in the same category as a nigga like Young Gravy.
Who?
That's where he is lyrically. Future is in the same category with a nigga like Young Gravy. Like,
who the fuck is that?
If you get you get an opportunity. Future in the same category lyrically as Ugly God.
That's crazy.
That's the homie. Shout out Ugly God. That's the homie. But still, like, that's where he is lyrically as a rapper. And to me, in my opinion, I feel like if Ugly Guy actually put some fucking effort into his work, he might be able to out-rap Future. Because it's not difficult to out-rap this nigga at all.
Yeah.
Now, if you talking about making a hit song, okay, you might got your hands full. Future might watch you in that aspect. But we talking just straight, I need a 16, Future get in the booth. That shit gonna sound like dog water. That shit gonna sound like French Montana.
Well,
What's
crazy?
What's crazy? Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say what's crazy is when he came out with Dungeon Family and stuff like that. Wasn't he like actually rapping though? Like how? Because how do you?
No, he was just around the group. He was just around the crew. He was like basically the weed store nigga.
If you gonna be around the Dungeon Family with like CeeLo, Killer Mike and them, they're going to make you rap. They're going to expect bars. Future don't have. I can't. Future's bars is I fucked your bitch in Gucci flip flops. That's his bars. Like that's where we are with his shit.
I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt.
Yeah,
that's another bar. That's another bar. Yeah, but it's just like, Future has never been lyrical to me. But I feel like the lines kind of got blurred because he makes hits and he just so happens to rap. And I don't know. I don't know if I would consider like some of his rap songs like poppy, because I feel like he's kind of like, I don't know if it's safe to say he's like pop trap. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just so mainstream.
But it's like people want to give him the credit of and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be an asshole for this because I don't know how many people know this, but it's out there. People give him the credit of making like these hit songs and shit like that, but it's like, bro, do you know how his music is made? He sends in long ass acapellas of him just like rapping lines, and they Frankenstein that shit, and they make a beat around it.
Yeah.
He doesn't like actually rap to anything, so it's like even that credit doesn't go to him of him making a hit song. It's like that's not. You know,
which is funny because there was a video I saw actually today about the whole hook from when he was on the song with J-Rock and Kendrick. He just sent the verse, not to the beat or anything. He just sent the verse itself, and that whole la-di-da-di-da part, that was at the end. That was supposed to be the outro. Kendrick, because he's a fucking weirdo, likes weird voices. So he chopped that bitch and put it in front of the actual verse or wherever. He organized it differently than what Future had. So it's like when Future even makes his music, it's like there's really no method.
I mean, he's not the one making it.
Because he's not really making it. He's just saying a bunch of shit that is very repetitive, because that is literally what 95% of fucking Mixtape Pluto. It's the same shit lyrically. It's the same shit, but it's the same shit he's been rapping about for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. The argument is, oh, well, other niggas rap about the same shit because you only listen to the same things.
Mm-hmm.
A real rapper, a real artist, their music does not sound the same from project to project. And if it does, it's a fucking part 2 / continuation of whatever the fuck they was working on the last project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which actually goes along with this comment. He said, to quote your review of the mixtape, once Future found a lane, he continues to make it. We're gonna talk about that review in a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember one time someone said Future was a better lyricist than J. Cole, and the only people that got cooked were the people that disagreed with the take.
That's just irresponsible.
That's Twitter shit.
That's just irresponsible. That's just irresponsible. I wouldn't even say that. That's just crazy. Like,
that's irresponsible.
That's just irresponsible, and I hate that. Because again, if you believe that Future is a better lyricist than anybody, what quotable lines are you saying from Future that have like true meaning and merit? Because something that is dope to me is all caps when you spell my man's name. Like that shit, that is fire to me. Fucking some bitches some Gucci flip flops is like, nigga, that's a 12th grader could come up with that. One of these YNs could come up with that shit. Come on, man.
These YNs.
That's just right along the lines of Migos are better than Beatles. That's that type of
man. That argument used to irritate me so bad, but that just shows you how surface level people are when it comes to music. Is that they only will support and acknowledge what they could either relate to because they don't have the capability of thinking deeply within the music itself. Whether that's just because they can't get past a catchy beat or a catchy hook, or they don't understand the message behind the song, or they just support Future because it's like that's the cool thing to do. Because once you start being like, you know, you start being like me and you start supporting random local people, and people don't support that shit. Like, it's crazy. You support a small town rapper that a lot of people don't know, and I do a review for that. That might get like 10 likes. I do some shit from somebody that is known. That's it's getting millions of views. Hundreds of likes. It's like, is mainstream music all the fuck y'all care about? We can do better. We can do better. Please. Can we do better?
And that's why we exist.
The same love that I tweet that I got for Monaleo, I want that same love for the other artists that y'all niggas don't fucking listen to.
Mm-hmm. Speak.
You can't take it too personal. It's like nobody
I
cares.
don't know. I had to learn that a long time ago.
Nobody cares until everybody cares.
Yeah, I learned that shit a long time ago. That whole, niggas getting mad at me over reviews and the mainstream ones getting more attention than the other ones. Fuck all that shit. The relationships I've built off the smaller reviews mean more to me than the ones that I've done for the famous rappers.
Word.
As an Atlanta native, I'm pro Migos against the Beatles slander.
And as a fellow Atlanta native, you own drugs, my nigga. Respectfully, I love you to death, bro.
If it's not mainstream,
crazy.
That's young kid.
Like,
that's young kid shit. That's young kid shit. That's all.
We not disrespecting the Beatles when they fucking own 85% of the fucking samples and goddamn music. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Name me one. You can't name me not one rapper that ain't ever sampled the Beatles at this point. Fucking the Beatles, Nirvana, all these fucking great fucking bands and shit. Like, come on.
So our last point for the future: every track on the mixtape Pluto has landed on Billboard. So niggas all 17 of it.
Listen for Drake with this at this point.
And then the song Like That is still on the charts for 27th week.
Because the song is bang. That song is Kendrick, bro. It's Kendrick. Kendrick is the reason why. One, Like That is still on the Billboard charts. Two, and then also with the Super Bowl announcement, that shit just added more fuel to the fire. And it didn't help that it's funny because when the shit came out, the song came out during the NBA playoffs. So the shit was getting played during the playoffs. And it was before football season. Trust me, the amount of videos of bands I've seen play Like That, Euphoria, and Not Like Us, Future is benefiting strictly because Drake lost the beef. That's all this is. Because neither one of those first two albums had this same result. Neither one. Especially that second project. It wasn't number one, yes, but again, can't nobody name a single song from that project that stood out and it was like, oh yeah, this the one. No, nobody can.
I care more about that spiced rum than I care about
that's crazy.
Future fucking album.
Spice rum is crazy. Spice rum is wild. He's a wild man. Spice rum. Nigga, I can't drink rum unless there's bitches in a mojito. That's the only time I can drink rum. I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with rum. That shit is too strong. It's too much for me.
Wait, hold on. He says Billboard counts reels. He said the rapper YNG Martyr explains how he got Billboard with the reels and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it counts towards the streams.
It counts towards the streams. That's why streaming is so beneficial for viral rappers. Like if you're a label and you're an A&R, It's not about finding someone with actual talent. You just looking for a hit because that hit is gonna get you money. That's why these niggas be making these damn 2-minute TikTok songs with a fucking dance that go with it. Because again, if as soon as that bitch go viral somewhere, you good. Once it go viral, you don't have to do anything at that point. You eating off one song. That's how it is.
Wow, that's interesting. The game is in a weird place right now.
The game has been in a weird place for years, and I think the first of all it's actually Chance the Rapper them fault.
Why?
Y'all remember Surf? The mixtape Surf?
Was that Young Thug?
That they put on they had, I think it was like on iTunes or some shit, and it was for free.
Yeah.
And them motherfuckers was like, yeah, nah, y'all gotta pay for this shit.
Yeah, because they tried to.
That's how we got Apple Music.
Yeah, because they tried to take the Spotify model and bring it over to Apple.
Yep.
And that was like the
we got
genesis.
Apple Music, so it's their fault. I blame them.
Speaking of Mixtape Pluto, we are going to revisit the review that Southside did because we do reviews. You guys didn't know. Okay, so let's talk about it. All right, go ahead.
So, all right. So basically, this is what it was. So I'm gonna just read it. So I had to make sure, I had to check, his age to make sure I wasn't tripping because this nigga 40. This nigga 40. This nigga is officially in the second half of his life at this point. And to compare somebody like a Nas, who's older than 40, making some of the best music we've heard in a long time, and Future turning 41 years old this year, it's like, okay, bro, I need something else because you're not living this life at 40. You're not. So he been doing the same music for the last decade plus. He really has pigeonholed himself into staying in that one lane, like one of our comments earlier saying, Future find the lane, he gonna stay in that motherfucker. Future is the type of nigga to get in the fast lane and go 55 miles fucking hour. He gonna move at his pace, how he want to move. It don't matter whether you want to go around him or not. That's what he doing. So y'all niggas said this was a mixtape, but it's not. It's an album. So this album is what happens when you make a fucking bunch of damn songs that sound like they weren't supposed to be on other projects. So that's exactly what this shit is. It sounded like a bunch of songs that didn't make it to DS2, a bunch of songs that didn't make it to Monster, a bunch of songs that didn't make it to We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You. And he threw all that shit together like a mixtape and called it a mixtape, but then released it and had a commercial release like a fucking album. So let's not do that. And yes,
so it sounded like a throwaway.
Yeah, it's a fucking throwaway album. Because again, that is what mixtapes were at some point. They were the deep cuts that didn't make it to the album. So you would throw the songs that didn't make it to the album on the mixtape, and then you would experiment and throw some other tracks on there just because you want to see what new sound, see if your fans, if they feeling it or not. It gave you an opportunity to give the fans what they missed out on with the songs not making it to the album, but you gave them something extra in terms of you're creating a new sound, you're trying a new flow. It gave you an opportunity to experiment and have fun with it. Now, because everything's so fucking monetized, everything is just getting thrown together on a fucking album, but we're calling it mixtapes. Fuck out of here with that. So yeah, it wasn't bad. It was like the first 4 tracks were actually pretty decent. from 5 down, I don't know what the fuck happened after that. It's 17 tracks, and it's like 13 of them bitches. I'm like, what are we doing here? That's a problem. So I just feel like if you're a true fan of hip hop, if you're a true fan of artistry, if you're a true fan of music, you would be disappointed. Niggas gonna call this shit album of the year because it's mainstream, it's future, that's what they do to every fucking thing. But that's not the case. This shit is not album of the year. It didn't is mid. It got a 5.9 because it's mid, but it only got the 0.9 because I like 4 songs. That's it. You got 0.9 because I like 4 songs. Had I liked half the album, I might have given you a 6.5.
How was the production?
The production was fine for the first 4 songs, and then it sounded like the same song being played on a broken record player over and over and over and over and over. It got boring. I should not be getting bored with a Future album. Ever. I get it. It's not, it ain't for you. You not listening. This shit hard. I don't know what y'all listen. Whatever excuse y'all niggas want to come up with to tell me why I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you right now. You deaf, you dumb, and you stupid. Just throw that out there. You got a problem with me, I'm at Southside Gun. Put an underscore before GUNN. Let me know. Because I'm not ducking no smoke. You niggas is dumb. If you think this is a good album, you have shitty taste in music. I'm telling you up front.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. It's not good. So it's not bad enough to make my worst 100 albums of the year list, but it ain't good enough to make anything that makes my top 100 albums. It had to be at least a 7. Anything that's bad is like a 3 and below. So it's in the middle, towards the higher end, but the middle.
Somebody asked, what 4 songs did you like? You remember them?
The first 4.
Oh, the first 4. Yeah.
The first literal 4 songs. And that was it. And then it went downhill.
That's crazy.
I'm at a point now because I'm paying for Apple Music. I'm paying for Spotify. I'm not fucking up my algorithm doing these reviews anymore. I'm not fucking up my algorithm on Apple Music doing these reviews because I'm tired of getting suggestions for shitty albums after I've listened to a horrible project, and that's all I get now. So I'd rather fuck up my algorithm on Spotify, or I'd rather fuck that shit up on YouTube than fuck my shit up on Apple Music, where I actually enjoy my shit. Like at this point, I have not reviewed an album on Apple Music in like 2-3 weeks now. I don't do it no more. Nope.
I'm not fucking up the algorithm.
No, fuck no, because I care about my music and I actually like put effort. I put time and effort into the music that I like.
Intentional, very intentional. All right. So Future's Mixtape Pluto, mid at best. First 4 songs, and that's all you need to worry about. All right. So the next topic, moving on. So Miss Lauryn Hill sued for fraud, breach of contract by Fuji's co-founder. Is it Pras? Pras Michael. I hope that's how you say it. I'm sorry, man. So Pras is suing Miss Lauryn Hill, breaching the contract, fraud, among other claims. He says that Lauryn grossly mismanaged the setup, marketing, and budgeting of their 2023 tour, which was actually a veiled and devious attempt to make a big score for herself. The complaint states that the secret then secretly siphoned off money from the tour guarantees. Yes, and then a refusal to permit an audit of the tour. So I guess she didn't want them to see what she was actually doing. Of course, Lauryn Hill says the claims were baseless and false and unwarranted attacks. It says that Pras was grossly over advanced for the last tour to help him pay his mounting legal bills. Failure to show appreciation for the financial help Miss Hill has afforded him in time of need is disappointing. The tour should have been a huge commercial success because the arena-sized tour, most of them were sold out in advance. That's surprising. So Michael came away empty-handed because Miss Hill controlled the tour budget. Yeah, so pretty much I guess she's siphoning money, taking money that she shouldn't have, leaving.
It's Lauryn Hill at this point. Like, at this point, are we surprised when anything negative comes out about this woman? Like,
no.
Like I get it. Lauryn Hill's not a good person. And I think it's okay for people to say that and just accept it. She's not a good person. And that's okay. So to expect anything less than that, it's crazy.
This is like when you see two corny people fighting, and you're just standing there and you just watch.
Yeah.
Like you just egg it on. You just egg it on because it's like they're both fucking corny.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. I can give a fuck about this. I don't care. Because realistically, Lauryn Hill is a shitty person with shitty habits, and she ain't changed. And the niggas who be around her and fuck with her be setting themselves up because they know how she is. They know the type of shit she be on. Yet they be surprised when they actually give her a chance to show them different, and she don't. She do exactly what you think she gonna do every time, and niggas be shocked. So it's like at this point, you on your own, my nigga. Ain't no sympathy over here, boy.
There's a reason she ain't get a second album, and there's a reason.
Yep. I mean, I'm glad that the first one was that good, but
but how she destroyed the relationship she had with producers.
Yeah. It's just
there wasn't going to be any producers for it.
It's just not. It's not. Yeah, she just hasn't made. She hasn't made good, correct moves.
And what's crazy is that it says that she rejected $5 million for the Fugees to perform at Coachella. I didn't know they were paying people to perform at Coachella.
Yes, you have to apply.
I didn't know.
You have to apply years in advance.
Whoa, but they pay, man, her ego's crazy.
They paying you to come out. They paying you to come out to the desert in the middle of nowhere. $5 million for the Fugees is a deal. Because that's a headlining act. The Fugees is a headlining act. You're not putting the motherfuckers on at 2 p.m. That's a headlining act. That shit closes the show. That's some shit you see goddamn Kid Cudi back on acid dancing on stage again like he was before.
Yeah, it seems like Lauryn Hill got a crazy ego.
Oh, yeah. You know you got to call her Miss Lauryn Hill. You can't call her Lauryn Hill.
Oh, yeah,
you can't call her Lauren. You got to call her Miss Lauryn Hill or Miss Hill. Shit,
that's crazy because on Nas's album, it might have been King's Disease 3.
Yeah. Yo,
on Nas's album. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no.
Hold on. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. She was featured on Nas's album, and her name was literally Mrs. Lauryn Hill. Like, when did that happen? She made a timeless album and still refuses to pay the guys.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, you like I said, man, we know the type of shit she owns, so
Yeah, we're not
ain't gonna
supposed.
change.
All right, so let's move on to the next topic. So Jaylen Brown says "Fart" by Ice Spice is the worst song of all time.
That man has a degree from Cal Berkeley. He is one of the smartest niggas alive. Whatever the fuck he say, I trust Cobb County. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like this nigga didn't just win a fucking finals MVP and I'm not supposed to agree with him. Like this nigga, he works for NASA.
What?
I've only met one other person that works for NASA. This nigga is smart. He know what he talking about. And yes, excuse my language. The bitch named the song "Fart."
What?
She named the song off of a lyric that she had in her hit song. Jesus Christ.
I mean, she herself has worse songs though, so
Yes, she does. I don't think anybody's ever seen or went back to her old backlog of YouTube.
Oh, I remember when she was first like going viral, like before.
Oh my god!
When
she had the black hair.
Yeah,
when she was standing like outside.
Silk the Shocker being bad.
Yeah,
bro.
Oh, I never seen that. I only seen when she was like
Ice Spice is arguably one of the 5 worst rappers, male or female, to have ever existed.
She was so far worse than she is now. Like
she's way better than what she was before.
Wow.
What she does now is actually palpable to the masses. What she was on before, it was bad.
Oh, it makes her sound like fucking Rakim now.
Yeah, it's bad. And she has some of the most elementary ass bars we've ever heard, ever. But yeah, what she used to do, yeah. But to me, again, like I said, this is just from, if we're looking at it from a perspective of just a mainstream thing, yes, Fart is probably it's probably the most horrible performed songs of all time. However, Tom McDonald fucking exists. So, with all due respect, Cobb County, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. Anything that Tom McDonald ever fucking makes is terrible, and it's the worst thing to ever fucking exist.
It's so funny.
I agree.
Yeah.
It
fucking sucks.
It's Tom McDonald, and let's not forget the Insane Clown Posse still exists.
They can rap though.
They can have some stinkers. They got some stinkers, and it's not good.
Hey, that's funny you mentioned Tom McDonald though. I forgot about him. The only reason I came across his music is because like he had a song about like cloning rappers. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
And
I like the
it was some other dude that I got that was talking some shit on. He fucking sucks. NF has his moments where he fucking sucks. Daylit fucking sucks. Roddy Ricch fucking sucks. French Montana fucking sucks. It's so many other options. Like, yeah, Ice Spice is up there with them, but I mean, that Fart ain't the worst.
Yeah, I don't think she's.
Tom McDonald's song gonna make you lose brain cells.
I'd listen to Ice Spice before fucking French Montana.
I would listen to Ice Spice.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
To keep it a buck, I would listen to Y2K front to back and back to front before I listen to anything from Tom McDonald ever again. Like, Macklemore still makes music, people. Like, I want people to understand that. Like, Macklemore makes music still.
At least he's well intentioned, though. That's the thing.
He has great. He is the most well intentioned rapper of all time. God, He
I think his
sucks.
hooks are really bad.
He's
His
terrible.
hooks suck.
Like
Yeah.
Macklemore's music is like a flat soda.
Mm.
It's like it had good intentions. It tried, but it's not. It's like RC
Right.
Cola. And not even the blue can, the red can.
Mm.
He's like Hamilton manifested into a person.
There you go.
Who's Hamilton?
The Broadway stage play.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like if that was like a person.
Yeah, it's just not good.
all right. So next topic. Saweetie drops her new single, "Is It the Way?" sampling Jill Scott's "The Way." I'm gonna hold that in. Someone says Saweetie's whole brand is literally centered around pretty girl music. It's to make you feel good, boost your confidence, a little dance to bop to. She's not a lyricist and never claimed to be. I don't know. I like it.
Well, that's
And,
fine.
I don't need any of that. So
Yeah, that's okay. No, nobody's gonna say that you can't like it.
yeah.
But what we're telling you is the bitch got no talent.
Nah.
Because why
Shit, I
is
mean-
that every single hit song Sweetie makes has to be a sample of something else? Sweetie can't go to a producer and get an original beat and make a hit song. Yeah, she makes pretty girl music. And of course, coming from a black man, I'm not allowed to have an opinion on it because I'm not the target audience. Well, to that I say, kiss my ass. The shit is terrible. Can we please, if we gonna use samples, can we at least try to throw in some original production?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit, just something, or at least not make it so on the nose to where it's like, I know what song that is, and because this is not the song that I'm thinking of, I have an attitude listening to your shit.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, people are trying to make a hit song sampling another hit song.
Exactly.
So it's like it's the snake eating its tail.
Yeah.
Except you're not even really eating you're trying to eat your tail.
She's very honest about not making quality music. She's very honest about she loved to do copy and paste. She not no lyricist. She don't do nothing special in the booth. She just be rapping for a good time, and that's fine. She rap for bitches who don't got nothing to do on a Saturday night other than go hang out with their hood rat friends at the bar and try to pick up niggas who not finna buy them no type of drinks. That was very specific for a reason.
Yeah, I feel like it's a big cop out because it's just like
it's a cop out, but it's kind of like realistically, she not the only type of girl who make pretty girl music. And she's not the only one who actually she don't even do it the best. That's the sad part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you the main bitch in the goddamn lane and you don't even do it the best.
Who does it the best?
Yeah, Flo Milli, easily.
Okay.
It's the same bubblegum pop pretty girl shit. Flo Milli is bars way ahead of her. And that's, again, for Sweetie, that's okay. Quavo saved your career. For went right down the toilet, and you're picking up the pieces and you're rolling with it, and I respect it. But and like I said, if you like it, that's fine. You like it, that's fine. You just like shitty music. Just be honest.
Yeah, it's and there's nothing wrong with sampling, because it's like, me personally, some of my favorite producers of all time are sample based, like Madlib, Dilla, shit like that. But it's like there's no reason that you should be sampling like Party Like a Rock Star, or No Hands, like shit that like
fucking Petey Pablo.
Yeah, like shit that just came out not that long ago.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it actually bothered me that she sample Jill Scott because it's just like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Not Jill
But
Scott.
then again, like I said, it's fine if you're gonna use the sample, it's fine. But put it in the song to where real fans of music have to actually like do investigation. Like, where did they pull this sample from? Rather than, oh, I know this song. This is from so and so. Why did they just use the same beat in the same cadence in the same melodies and just rap over it? Why didn't they just make an original? Yeah, it's that type of shit.
Yeah. See, and as a female, a black female, I feel like I can speak on it because like I'm so fucking tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of the my pussy good raps. I'm better than you raps. Buy Birkin bag raps. Like I'm so over it. Like, and it's just like I might hypothetically be the target market because I guess I'm a pretty chick, but at the same time, I don't like hearing it. I hate it so bad, and it's just like we need to.
It is. It's terrible.
Stop making these fucking influencers that need to just be models. Stop letting them into the fucking rap space, like, because I can't stand it. It's watering it down, and it's just like that's why you go fucking triple styrofoam selling less than 5,000. You know what I'm saying? People don't even care for your music, and you admit that because Saweetie has said nobody's checking for my music. So
No,
we're not.
We're not.
Yeah, it's just like then stop doing music.
I ain't never heard a motherfucker. I ain't never heard a woman say, "Hey, play that new Sweetie," ever a day in my fucking life.
Yeah, and I feel like too, there's like a trend right now where like there's these certain girls where it's just like the music sucks, but you're getting these really good music videos out of it, and it's just like I feel like you're just trying to, I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what we are.
But yeah, so we don't fucking care for the pretty girl music. We don't.
Not hers.
Somebody say, nah, not hers. Somebody said, go back to gatekeeping and shaming bad samples in hip hop. Yeah, I think that's the treasure.
It's not working. It's not working. We've tried. Trust me.
We need to be meaner. We've
tried. It's not working.
There's no gatekeeping.
Use it like how Nas sample.
Yeah, like we've literally tried to gatekeep hip hop, and then we get motherfuckers like Ian. Like we're trying to gatekeep hip hop. It's not working.
I don't think people have backbones enough to gatekeep for real.
No, they don't.
Like we were fake gate.
Well, the internet, we opened the floodgates. We destroyed the blogs. We said, oh no, we got to give everybody a chance. Everybody deserves a chance because people wasn't getting on the blogs because they wasn't fucking with people. They're ignoring people's submissions and shit like that. So we took all that shit down, and now we're suffering the consequences of it's a fucking free for all. No gatekeeping, no curation, nothing. We're just whoever gets the most plays, I'll grab them up.
All right. So for our next segment, Southside, you ready? We're going to the Crash Dummy of the Week. All right, let's go.
Hey, Dad.
Muted.
Yeah. So, hold on one second.
Let me see. Let me put him on the screen.
Goddamn printer was going. I'm about to get fussed at for that anyway, so that's fine. I'm gonna be real quick. Crash Jam of the Week, goddamn Block Boy JB. I don't know if y'all saw, but he just got arrested because this nigga fell asleep in the car at the light with weed on him. I think some guns.
Oh wow.
and this just revisits our drug conversation from earlier. Can we please be smart when we doing drugs, people? Please. I'm not finna hold y'all for a long time this week. I just want to say, Block Boy, please make better decisions, big dog. Because falling asleep in a car that's not even in park is fucking crazy.
Mm.
If it was in park, I get it. You fell asleep at the light for 2 cycles.
Wow.
Which means you was out. And he was driving on a revoked license. And he had weed on him. Be smart, people.
Wow.
That's my crash dummy.
And there we have it. Block Boy JB. We need a fucking soundboard, but we have some crash dummy sounds. Hell no. Yeah. Interesting. Wow. So yeah. So moving on to the next topic, Pitchfork releases the best albums of the 2020 so far. And
I know what this is.
oh my gosh. Okay, wait, best albums. Let's go. All right, so let's start from the bottom. So Heart Pacing by Jades, never heard of them. Sundial by No Name. Homeless, I guess nigga pop music by Jim Legacy. Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler the Creator. A Great Chaos by King Carson. Number 13, Foreign Exchange by RX Poppy / Good. Bro, who are these people? 12, Eternal to Take by Lil Uzi Vert. 11, City on My Back by Rio the Young OG. Number 10, Phone Them by Chief Keef. Number 9, Pray for Haiti by Matt Kami. 8, Crest by Blady and Echo 2K. Number 7, Fast Tracks 3 by 454. Number 6, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. That's how they know they fucking line. Number 5, Hood Hottest Princess by Sexy Red. Number 4, Too Slizzy 2 by Cash Cobain and Chow Lee. Number 3, Maps by Billy Woods and Kenny Segal. 2, Ganger by V's. Okay. And number 1, Whole Lotta Red by Playboy Cardi. Now, what do you guys think of this?
I'm gonna say because my homie ain't working there anymore. Whoever wrote this list can eat a fucking dick. This is horrible.
Horrible.
This is putting Matt Kami and Sexy Red like spaces between each other is disgusting.
Nasty work.
And putting Sexy Red above Matt Kami, but either way, it's crazy. This is yeah.
At least 40% of these people, I have no idea who they are, which is crazy to me.
So, shit. Because I've been going through my list and shit. So realistically, I'm gonna be honest. This is why I hate lists, because I don't understand how we have an album called Hood Hottest Princess that won't even, like, there's an album that won Album of the Year that is at fucking 15. We have an album that and see, Pitchfork likes to people try to appeal to everybody, so they throw somebody on there, because there's no way you're telling me, because and I like a whole lot of Red. Don't get me wrong. Maps by Billy Woods is the definition of a perfect rap album. Is at 3. Wrong. Cash Cobain, be serious.
I know you like the Ganger on there.
Eternal.
Oh, you don't fuck with that Cash Cobain shit?
It's Cash Cobain.
I mean that album specifically. He's not rapping on most of it.
No. But I'm saying that's not the fourth best album of.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like we're not being responsible Like we're being irresponsible. Like they throw in these random underground artists, and then they throw in somebody who has no business. Again, in what world does Ken Carson ever make an album better than Tyler the Creator?
No.
You can anyone name me a single song off of Great Chaos?
No.
I've
I can
never
name
even
you-
heard him.
Exactly.
That's a Cardi disciple, right? Ken Carson.
Yeah, that's a Playboy Cardi disciple. But it's just these lists are completely irresponsible, and I don't have nothing to say other than please at the end of the year tune in for my top 100 albums of the year because I actually know what the fuck I'm talking about. Pitchfork continues to show exactly why the fuck they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Just another example of that.
Hey, Cloud, what do you think?
It's a fucking clown show. That's what this shit is. It's like I said before. There's no reason that just like certain albums on here being in the same space and vicinity of other certain albums on here is just insane. Like, yeah, like I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, we need a fucking audit. Who the fuck is in charge of these NFR podcasts? Probably some Indian people. Not to be racist. Probably some Indian people. Just like isn't Daily Loud ran by like Indian people?
I don't. They have me blocked, or I have
Oh.
them blocked. I have them blocked probably.
Yeah, that's crazy. But let's see. We'll talk about one more thing on the South Side until he comes back, and then we'll wrap up what we're listening to right now. Let's see. We can do let's do a hypothetical question. There's like 5 good albums and only 3 belong on this list. AI wrote this article. Tyler not being top 10 tells me everything I need to know. Head of radio is an Indian woman, so well, that explains a lot. The lack of musical taste. All right. So let's see. Let's do to the last topic. So LaRussell shares his thoughts. He sends out a tweet. He said, "We've allowed the bar to be on the floor for entry into our culture. You no longer have to do something great and be somebody special to get treated like such. They giving niggas who can't perform or make great songs the same awards as Michael Jackson has. How did we get here? When will we all agree that this shit ain't it? Or are we going to keep pretending that we're not hearing and seeing what's in front of us?"
Yeah, right on the mark.
Yep. I really can't add nothing really to that, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad somebody like him has said it. I mean, he's big in the independent space right now, doing real good shit, making his bread or whatever. So
yeah, but unfortunately, him putting this out there is like many have done that, like many bigger than him. So it's not going to change anything. People are going to nod their heads like, "Oh yeah, you're right," and then go back to co-signing the same bullshit.
Go back to listening to fucking Mixtape Pluto.
Or saying Mixtape Pluto is one of the best albums of the year and Future's top 10.
Yeah. Game is in a weird place. Been in a weird place. All right. Any final thoughts on what LaRussell said? I mean, he's right. He pretty much just got it. He got a nail on the head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So closing statements. So what have you guys been listening to lately this week? What y'all jamming? What's on your playlist?
Go ahead.
If y'all need some time, I can go.
Nah. I've been listening to well, obviously some Tommy Richmond. I got a review for him. Killy, Monaleo, some Nyota Parker, Your Stepdad still, that's bumping strong. And then outside of that, the playlist for this week, I decided to go all female this week. So every song, all 25 songs are songs by women. Um, and I try to do as many women of color as I could possibly do as well, just to show that there is a lot of female talent out here. It's because it's not mainstream. And I threw Sade on there for some reason. I threw Black Licorice on there. I have no idea why. I just felt like it. I want it to be nice. I hate myself for doing that. But yeah, I hate being nice. It's terrible.
All right. I've been listening to some Q-Tip, like that specifically that Q-Tip, Raphael Sadiq and D'Angelo project that dropped like 09, I think. That some Paul White, Elucid and Von P. They put out like a mixtape a while ago. The homie Blue, who just dropped a crazy LA Leakers freestyle. Quelle Chris, the World Cavalier, some Prefab Sprout, and some Raekwon. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Got a nice little mix, old and new. Me, I was listening to MF Doom, Food. That album was in rotation today. Listening to the new Cardo album, Made Man.
Yeah, shout out to Seafood Sam, who was on there. We got some shit together too, but he's that I haven't heard that yet, but I know he killed that shit. Like that dude, he needs more light on him.
Doom. Shout out to the comment. Yep. Doom. I revisited some ASAP Rocky, Live Love ASAP. Of course, listening to the Currency and DJ Fresh. They got the encore. The encore dropping October 11th. So we gonna have a review for that one coming out on the YouTube. Toro y Moi, Whole Earth. My own music. Shameless plug. Yeah, it's a Mr. Midnight, of course. Gotta have the Larry. But yeah, it's been a light week. But yeah, so do you guys have anything you guys are working on? Any plugs? What's up? Get the people what they want.
For me, I might have another might be doing the review hour on YouTube, might be reviewing the challenge again. I gotta go back and watch the episode. I haven't watched anything since I got home from work. So check out the review hour on YouTube. Just want to do a shameless plug for Ms. Lovely Laveau. Check out her Something Else podcast on YouTube. Her first guest back was Mr. O'Shea Jackson Jr., who he himself actually just started a new podcast too. So y'all check them out. Y'all check out the fam, man. Just support the family. Because my black ass want to go back and watch wrestling. I missed the whole damn thing. So,
yeah. What about you, J Cloud? What you working on?
I ain't doing shit.
You doing a lot of shit.
I ain't doing shit. Nah, I just dropped a couple joints, and I'm about to start a series this Saturday with a beat tape every Saturday. It's called Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah, and I'm dropping just a whole bunch of music, and it's basically flooding.
You got any collabs?
Yeah, a few. I'm working on some I'm working on getting this website together at some point too. So that should, I want to say that will probably come definitely before the end of the month. But that's going to be like a hub for everything. Like if you want to buy music, you want to like games and shit. Like there's a whole bunch of cool shit. I'm really trying to make it some like interactive shit because that's like a whole like different skill set I've been developing for like the past year or so. So
been working hard over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, you guys know if y'all watched a few episodes, y'all know rareawareness.com. Y'all need to get y'all some organic herbs, some health supplements. Like, yeah, health is wealth, y'all. We can't have this epidemic that's going on right now. These niggas is sickly.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around. This is the longest episode we've probably done so far. But we definitely had some really good discussions. So I'm happy for that. Thanks, y'all. And on behalf of Hip Hop High Society, we say peace.
Peace.
Peace.